Chosen one, stop right now. Don't scroll, don't blink, don't adjust your screen, don't check your notifications, don't let your thoughts wander. Don't let anything else in this world steal this moment from you, because the second you paused here, heaven paused with you. Something in the unseen just leaned forward. Something ancient recognized you. Something divine whispered your name. Your spirit didn't stop here by accident. Your soul didn't freeze here because of curiosity. And you didn't open this message because you were bored. No, you were summoned, and the reason is simple. God is saying we need to talk, not later, not when you feel ready, not when life calms down, not after you fix yourself, not after the tears dry. Right now, this exact moment, this exact breath. Don't scroll, don't move. Don't let anything distract you, because the conversation God has been waiting years to have with you is about to begin. This is not background noise. This is not another video. This is not something to half listen to. This is a divine interruption. And interruptions only happen when what comes next is too important to miss. You felt it, didn't you? That sudden stillness, that quiet pull in your chest, that strange awareness that this moment matters more than most. That wasn't curiosity. That wasn't coincidence. That was recognition. Chosen one, God interrupted you for a reason. And if you leave now, you may walk past a turning point your soul has been waiting for. Stay. The interruption has only just begun. Listen carefully. God does not interrupt comfort. He interrupts direction. He doesn't stop people who are aligned. He stops people who are about to miss something essential. You've been moving busy, productive, responsible, doing what needed to be done. But somewhere along the way, motion replaced meaning. And God says, I had to interrupt you before momentum carried you too far away from who you are. That's why this interruption feels urgent. That's why it feels personal. That's why it feels like time slowed down the moment you stopped. You weren't doing anything wrong. You just weren't listening anymore. So God paused your world. Chosen one, that restlessness you've been feeling. It wasn't dissatisfaction. It wasn't ingratitude. It wasn't weakness. It was a signal, a warning light on your spirit. You tried to ignore it. You told yourself you were tired. You blamed stress. You blamed circumstances. You blamed seasons. But the truth is simpler and heavier. Your soul was drifting from alignment, not into sin, not into destruction, but into distraction. And distraction is far more dangerous because it feels harmless. So God interrupted you. This interruption carries weight because it removes excuses. God is not asking you how you feel. He is not negotiating. He is not offering suggestions. He is saying, come back to me. Come back to center. That's why some things suddenly feel empty. That's why conversations feel shallow. That's why environments feel heavy. That's why certain relationships feel draining. Not because they're evil, but because they no longer match your assignment. God interrupts when you start surviving in places you were meant to lead. Chosen one, hear this slowly. You were never designed to fit everywhere. You were never called to chase everything. You were never meant to carry expectations that weren't authored by heaven. And the reason you've always felt slightly out of place, even when things were fine, is because fine was never your destination. God interrupts people who are set apart because blending in would destroy what He placed inside them. You are not too sensitive. You are not too intense. You are not too different. You are misaligned with the ordinary. Let's talk about the doors that closed, the opportunities that didn't work, the plans that collapsed, the things you were sure would last. You thought God was delaying you, but He was protecting you. Some doors closed not because you weren't ready, but because staying would have cost you your purpose. God interrupts trajectories that look good on the outside but lead nowhere on the inside. And He closed those doors before they became prisons. God is not trying to fix your schedule. He's restoring your identity. You've been doing so much that you forgot who you are when you're still. You've been carrying responsibility so long that you forgot intimacy with God comes before productivity. So God says, sit with me before you move again. This interruption is not punishment, it's reintroduction. God reminding you of the version of yourself you were before fear taught you to shrink. Now, chosen one, listen even more carefully. There are moments when God whispers. There are moments when God nudges. There are moments when God waits. But then there are moments when God interrupts everything and says, sit down, stop running, stop distracting yourself. I need to say something and I need you to hear me. This moment is one of those moments. Heaven didn't send you a sign. Heaven didn't send you a reminder. Heaven didn't send you a gentle tap on the shoulder. Heaven sent you a conversation request. And God is saying, we need to talk about what you've been carrying. Because He's seen it, all of it. The weight you hide, the thoughts you silence, the pain you carry quietly, the disappointment you pretend doesn't bother you, the questions you bury because you don't want to offend heaven, the exhaustion you disguise as strength, the loneliness you mask with laughter. God says enough. Bring it here. We need to talk. This isn't confrontation. This isn't punishment. This isn't correction. This is intervention. Because God says, you've reached a point in your journey where silence is no longer love. I must speak because your destiny is at stake. He has watched you pour effort into things that drained you. He has watched you fight battles that weren't yours. He has watched you stay loyal to situations He freed you from. He has watched you stay quiet when your spirit was screaming. He has watched you shrink when He created you to stand tall. He has watched you keep wounds open because you refused to let go. And He whispers, my child, we need to talk about why you're hurting. God says, I didn't take you through this season to break you. I took you through it to transform you. You think you're alone. You think you're lost. You think nothing is changing, but heaven sees what you cannot. Your spirit is evolving. Your calling is awakening. Your discernment is sharpening. Your identity is rising. Your capacity is increasing. You're changing so fast internally that your external life can't keep up yet. God says you feel out of place because you've outgrown what once fit you. That confusion you feel, it's not confusion, it's transition. That heaviness you feel, it's not depression, it's birthing pains. That loneliness, it's not rejection, it's separation for elevation. And God needs to talk to you about it now before you walk into your next chapter without understanding who you've become. You keep judging yourself by old mistakes, old patterns, old versions of you. But heaven isn't. God says, you are not the same person I began refining months ago. You've grown, you've matured, you've awakened, you've been strengthened. You survived what should have broken you. You rose from things you never told anyone about. You endured storms that others would collapse under. God says, you've passed tests you didn't even know were tests. You think you're behind, but heaven says you're ahead of schedule. Nothing you endured was wasted. The betrayals trained discernment. The delays trained patience. The loneliness trained dependence. The pressure trained endurance. You thought you were just surviving, but heaven was shaping capacity because purpose requires strength, and strength is not formed in comfort. God interrupts when training is complete, and it's time to deploy. This moment feels heavy because clarity carries responsibility. Once God interrupts you like this, you can't pretend you didn't hear Him. Silence ends today. Confusion begins to lift. Excuses lose power. This interruption removes options. Because when God calls you back to alignment, He's not asking for part-time obedience. He's calling you fully, Not perfection, not performance, not comparison, not pressure. God is asking for alignment. To walk with Him again, to listen before acting, to choose obedience over approval, to stop measuring your life by the wrong metrics. Your job is not to impress the world. Your job is not to chase applause. Your job is not to compete. Your job is to walk with God. Everything else finds its place after that. God says you're stepping into a season where my voice will matter more than ever, because what's coming will be big, will be fast, will be unexpected, will require clarity, will require obedience, will require trust. Doors are about to open that you didn't ask for. People are about to enter your life who carry divine purpose. Opportunities are aligning. Blessings are being released. Healing is unfolding. Breakthrough is activating. But God pauses you now because He needs to prepare you. He says, I cannot release what's coming until you and I have this conversation. Chosen one. I am not silent. I am not disappointed. I am not ignoring you. I have been waiting for this exact moment when your spirit would slow down enough to truly hear me. And now that you're here, now that you've stopped, now that you're listening, I can finally tell you what I've been holding. Before you were ever aware of this message was already aware of you. It knew the weight you've been carrying. It knew how close you were to giving up without telling anyone. It knew the prayers you stopped praying out loud because you were tired of hoping. And still, here you are. That alone tells me something about you. Because most people scroll past their turning point. Most people ignore the nudge. Most people talk themselves out of divine timing. But you didn't. And because you stayed, because you paused, because you listened, instead of numbing yourself, something that was already in motion just locked onto your timeline. Chosen. One, hear this slowly. What's happening right now is not a message. It's a signal. A spiritual alert. A summons, a notification from heaven saying, now pay attention, this is the moment. Something unusual has already happened around you, or is about to happen so quietly that only a spiritually awake person would notice. A conversation, a name, an offer, a transfer, an unexpected opening. Something that looks ordinary on the surface, but carries extraordinary weight underneath. And heaven is saying, do not underestimate this, because what's coming toward you was not released by accident. Chosen one, there are moments when blessings fall gently, and then there are moments when blessings are sent deliberately. This is the second kind. Someone you do not know, someone outside your circle, outside your planning, outside your control, has already been stirred on your behalf. Not because you asked, not because you advertised your need, but because your season changed and the spiritual environment around you adjusted accordingly. This wasn't charity. This wasn't coincidence. This wasn't luck. This was alignment. You need to understand something that will bring peace to your soul. Heaven does not release provision until the soul is ready to carry it. There were times in the past when you begged for help and nothing moved. Times you cried, questioned, wondered why doors stayed closed. That wasn't punishment. That was protection. Because if the blessing had come, then it would have crushed you, distracted you, or been wasted in survival mode. But now something is different. Your spirit is steadier. Your discernment is sharper. Your faith, though tested, is real. You are no longer desperate. You are prepared. Chosen one, the reason this is happening now is because you finally reached the internal posture where heaven could trust you with what it's about to release. And yes, the sign may look like money or opportunity or support, but that's just the surface layer. The deeper message is this: your season of being overlooked is over. The chapter where you carried everything alone is closing. The cycle of almost but not yet is breaking. The delay that confused you is lifting. What's entering your life now is not a temporary fix. It's a shift. Something that repositions you, something that unlocks momentum, something that causes other doors to open simply because you stepped through the first one. Chosen one, listen carefully. Heaven does not test worthiness. You already passed that. This moment is testing responsiveness. Will you recognize what's being handed to you? Will you stay present instead of distracted? Will you move in faith instead of fear? Because right now there is a window open over your life. You can feel it, that subtle pressure, that inner stirring, that sense that something is about to happen and you don't want to miss it. That is not anxiety. That is activation, and heaven is watching what you do next, not to judge you, but to confirm alignment. Chosen one, what's coming toward you is bigger than provision. It's clarity. It's release. It's restoration. It's the answer to prayers you prayed so long ago you almost forgot the sound of your own voice when you said them. The reason this blessing came through unexpected sources is important. It means your breakthrough is not limited to your current circle. God is expanding your reach, your support system, your influence. What's next will not require you to beg. It will come because favor is now speaking for you in rooms you've never entered. This is the part many people miss. So stay with me. The blessing didn't respond to who you were. It responded to who you are becoming. A future version of you, stronger, clearer, positioned, already exists in the spirit. And what you're seeing now is evidence that your life is catching up to that version. That's why this feels intense. That's why this feels urgent. That's why this feels real, because it is. Here's the suspenseful truth. Interruptions always precede movement. After this moment, things will change. Some people will fade. Some desires will lose urgency. Some paths will no longer call your name. And peace will begin to replace pressure. You won't need to force doors anymore. What's meant for you will come with clarity, not chaos. God interrupted you to realign you, and alignment unlocks momentum. Chosen one, God didn't interrupt you to scare you. He interrupted you to save time. Time you would have spent chasing, time you would have spent forcing, time you would have spent surviving. He stopped you now because the next chapter requires awareness. The instant your eyes met these words, something shifted in the unseen. Something ancient stirred. Something that has been tracking your steps quietly, patiently, faithfully, waiting for the exact second your spirit would slow down enough to hear. You felt it not in your ears, but deeper. A pause in your chest, a sudden stillness almost like time leaned in toward you. That was not curiosity, that was recognition. Chosen one, take a breath. Slow down your thoughts. Let this settle. You didn't stumble here. You were guided, and what you do with this awareness will determine how smoothly you step into what's next. So don't dismiss small signs. Don't talk yourself out of receiving. Don't downplay what feels significant. Heaven does not shout. It signals, and you heard it. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are simply interrupted for a reason. You are right on time. And this moment, this pause, this message, this awareness is part of the transition. Chosen one, if your spirit recognizes this moment, respond not out of emotion but alignment. Whisper it, type it, declare it if you need to. I receive. Not because you're trying to convince God, but because you're positioning yourself to agree with what's already been released. And if this message stirred something deep, stay connected. Messages like this are not sent once. Heaven speaks in sequences. What comes next builds on what you just heard. Before I close, let me pray over you. Father, I lift this chosen one into your presence. You see the journey. You know the weight. You understand the silent battles and the unseen faith. I ask now that every door you have ordained begin to open with clarity and peace. Let provision flow without strain. Let favor surround them without confusion. Remove every delay, every hidden block, every lingering doubt. Align them with the people, opportunities, and resources meant for this next season, and let what begins now unfold with grace, strength, and undeniable confirmation. Lord, you have interrupted this chosen one for a reason. Complete what you started. Fulfill what you promised. Release what you've been holding. And let this moment mark the beginning of a new chapter written by your hand alone. We thank you that the season of being overlooked is ending. We thank you that the chapter of carrying everything alone is closing. We thank you that breakthrough is no longer distant but present. We thank you that what was blocked is now clear. What was far is now near. What felt impossible is suddenly showing signs of life. Father, we declare that this chosen one will not miss what you are releasing. They will not dismiss the signs. They will not talk themselves out of receiving. They will walk in alignment, in awareness, and in holy confidence. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Chosen one, if something in your spirit just settled, if clarity quietly entered, if you felt like God just spoke directly to you, take a breath and type amen in the comments. Not out of habit, but as agreement. And if your spirit knows this message was meant for you, if you don't want to miss the next interruption, God sends subscribe now. This channel is not about noise hype or pressure. It's about staying aligned, staying aware, and staying close to God's voice in critical moments. Finally, if you know someone who's been feeling restless, confused, or spiritually disconnected, someone who feels like God has been quiet, share this message with them. This could be the interruption their soul has been waiting for. Remember this: you are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are not lost. You are simply interrupted for a reason. Stay present, chosen one. Stay ready, stay aligned, and stay close, because this conversation with God isn't finished yet. This is only the beginning.